Well, look at the sight that has greeted me this morning. Courgette flowers. Another one over there. I don't expect any of them, let's go back to this one, to come to anything because they're female flowers and they need a male flower to pollinate them, and we have very few male flowers. Can you see the one? So the female flower has got the little sort of courgette thing behind it. Can you see that? But then right in the middle of the screen, above the end, down here, oh, can I get in there? That's a male flower. And I want that to bloom so that it can pollinate the female flowers. And if you have a look on here, you can see there's a lot of female flowers coming. An awful lot, but not very many males. And come over to this one. Similar. Oh, let me come over this one. Are there any? Yeah, there's a few. There's a male one just sort of hiding at the back there. Yeah, a few male ones, fingers crossed. But coming back to this, I mean, it really is gorgeous. Lovely. Bye. Good day. In front of the bean canes today, and I'm going to be doing some re-sowings, but not of climbing beans. Along the edges of our climbing beans, we had previously sown Coco de Paimpol from Vivi and also Rocquencourt, and they got hit by frost, or most of them got hit by frost. So I've waited till the climbing beans are established, and I'm now going to be sowing along the edges and hopefully getting those bush beans going again. Just here and a bit further down there, these are our Rocquencourt, which went in a good few weeks ago. They're now starting to get going, but as you can see, there's gaps along here and over there where the frost got some and some didn't germinate. So these are our seeds. On the right are the black Rocquencourt and on the left are the Coco de Sophie. The Rocquencourt are going to go in here. So literally, I'm just putting that on there, putting it down about 1.5 inches, and then the same there, down about 1.5 inches. And I'm going to do that all the way along here with the Rocquencourt, and then all along the other edge over there with the Coco de Paimpol. And then hopefully we will have lovely climbing beans. You can see some are beginning to climb really well. And we'll have lovely bush beans as well. Bye. Good day. Yesterday was about bush beans. Today is about tomatoes. These are all from seeds that we have been sent. Gabriella sent us this row here, which is Cherokee Yellow. And then we have a millefleur, just a single one. Oh, wait a minute, there's one coming there. Look, oh, we got 2 millefleur and black crim at the back. This is a row of Kosovo and then a row of Rosalita. And these, if I can avoid my wheelbarrow and not fall over, those rather on the bench with all the others that are on the bench are going to be going in here. Let me just bring you down to these so I can show you what I've already done. These went in about 2 weeks ago. We're using grow bags this year, simply because we weren't able to get this area sorted this year. And what I've done is the grow bags, as you most probably see, they're usually flat on the ground. What I've done is I've turned these up onto their side to give just a little bit additional depth for root run. And then I'm cutting across 3 crosses in each and then planting these in. And as I look at these are Marmande. Look at the growth. I need to take out these side shoots on these. But yeah, so it will be almost a field of tomatoes. That's all of the tomatoes that are going in this area in. All the pots over here, I need to throw them over there rather than collecting them as I go along. I'll collect those now. But before I do that, I'm going to give each of these a really good soak in. And I'm not going to be tying any of them up. You can see the Marmande that I put in a few weeks ago aren't tied up like the other two. The other two, these that I was given, were taller, so they've been tied up. I want them to blow in the wind because I want that to happen in order to encourage the roots to grow and stabilize the plant. And then I'll be building frames all the way along like this one. There we are. Job almost done after watering and collecting all those pots. Bye. Good day. I'm looking at our garlic, which you can see it's got green at the top but is really drying at the bottom. We do have some rust on it, which I'm not worried about. I'll come up there, maybe you can see the rust. And I'm going to pull these today. We're due rain and I really want to get them out before we get any heavy rain. They've been in since October and have grown really well. They're Messidrome. And what I'm going to do, let me just come down here. Let's see. Gosh, they seem to have pulled themselves quite deep into the soil. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is go right underneath there with a fork and pull them out. So I want them to store. And I don't want to mess up the basal plate down here. Yeah, quite nice. Whether that's actually turned into cloves or not, I'm not sure. We'll have a look in a minute. So I'm going to take the rest of these out now. So all of those are now out and our harvest is up here. And I have to say, I'm absolutely loving the sort of slight pearlescence of these Messidromes. They're gorgeous. As I say, we've had some rust. That's what rust is. Not a particular issue. And if I'd left them in, some of them would have got white rot. You can see there's a white bloom on these. I think that's 7 of a total of 83. So we will be using these first, checking them over and using those first. But all of these we are going to store. I would say that half of them have definitely developed cloves and half of them potentially. That's I can feel the cloves in this one as I go around. In this one here, it feels more like a monobulb. In this one here, again, I can feel the cloves. So once that dries out, the clothes will become more obvious. And we're not going to leave them in trays like this. What we're going to do is put them through. Can you see? I put that through the slat. Let me just move that for the moment. I put that through the slat with the stem hanging down here. That's what we're going to do, but in our polytunnel. We're not going to do them out here. And then what that does is as it dries, it will seal the neck up here, which is what you want in order for these to store. But yeah, very happy with our garlic harvest this year. Really quite superb. And as I say, I mean, just coming over here, look at the beauty in that. Right, time to make sure that the bench in the poly is sorted so that I can slot them all through like this. Not those though, those we're going to be taking home and checking them out and using them if we can. There we are, garlic harvest 2020. Very happy with that. Bye. Our broad beans, which have really become quite infested with black fly, and it seems however much I water, the black fly are sapping the goodness out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these off, the tops off, and they're going to be fed to the chickens from our neighbouring plot holders rather. So that was the one thing that I noticed today. And then if we come over to where the garlic was, I didn't net these, and look what's happened. Wood pigeons. So they will come back. These are our Portuguese cabbage. What I do need to do now though is clearly throw a net over them. So that is what I'm going to do. My fault. I should have netted them previously. They've been in for about 2 weeks now. That maybe even longer. But last night the wood pigeons got to them. I think it's actually because there's a nest. This is, well, wildlife. There's a nest just in there. So I think they found a happy hunting ground just down here. Hey ho, time to net. Bye. Good day. Welcome to the apple tree on plot number 6. As you can see, quite a lot of apples are forming on this tree now. Though not all of them will come to fruition. Ones like this, will that come off? Yeah, look, that's just fallen off. At this time of year, the tree sort of decides which fruit it's going to let grow and which fruit it's going to push away. And we call this the June drop. So things like that, that's sort of dead. There's a number here that are dead. But what the tree will do throughout June is sort of decide maybe that it's going to grow this one and this one on, but this one at the top, it's going to let drop. And that's what's called the June drop. Come around here. If we look at that bunch there, this one is obviously viable and potentially this one, but there's ones around which are already losing their nourishment, if you like, from the tree, because the tree's deciding what it's going to grow on and what it isn't. That's the June drop. Very grey skies. See you soon. Bye. Good day. I've decided today is the day to get these celeriac plugs in. I have noticed that there's some black fly on some of them. Look there. Anyway, let's pull that one out. Got really nice root system on them. I'm going to have to squidge some of the black fly before they go in, but they're going into where our Ailsa Craig onions, which really haven't worked for us this year, were. I've spaced these all out about 10 inches apart, and all I'm going to do, if I can grab my trowel, is dig a hole just big enough, pop those in, pop that in, cover it around, firm it in. That's them all in. I'm really pleased about it. It's starting to rain now. However, I'm still going to give them a really good water. Bye. Mr Snail seems to want to have a go at that calendula. Had a few, well, it was a wet day yesterday. It's a bit damp again today. So obviously the snails are going to be out. Is he deciding that the calendula's not for him? I think he most probably is. He's going to go for something else instead. Quite extraordinary, really. But what I am going to do, you see the silveriness in there? Don't think it's being picked up. Yeah, see little speckles of silver. Where's he making his way to, do you think? Oh, he's rearing up. Gosh, that's a bit like June. Anyway, I'm going to move him to where we have our dead hedge at the back of the polytunnel. He can carry on doing what he wants to do over there. Bye.